Well, hi everybody. Good morning from Jamaica. And my name is Sally Roper, and I am here to do another kiln unloading, which will be, I can't say my last kiln unloading, but it'll be my last for a while. I have a bunch of commissioned work and taking some holidays over the summer, so I'm not sure when my next unloading will be. And I hope you all are patient with me as I move through the summer months of the year. In Jamaica, it is frightfully hot. It is an overcast day, so the humidity is very high. So I apologize, but I have fans blowing on me and all this to help keep me cool, but it's pretty warm. Anyway, I'm just gonna get to it and show you the pieces that I've been working on. I have some fun little pieces at the very end that just make me chuckle every time I think of them. And I saw it, I believe, I don't know if it was on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever, and I thought this is just the cutest thing in the world. And I made one, and I made a counterpart, which will all make sense when I get there towards the end of this unloading. And feel free to pass it along, because it just makes me chuckle every time I look at the pictures of these pieces, and I hope I did them justice. Anyway, as always, I have my notes on all of the glazing that I did, because believe it or not, even though I glazed 2 days ago, I still forget some of the combinations that I did, because I don't need to remember it. I write it all down on paper. So with that being said, let's get at it. My kiln is at 106 degrees. So I do have my protective gloves if I need them as I get deeper into the kiln. I don't want to hurt myself. I have a show tomorrow, so I'm anxious to get these pieces out, get them cleaned up. I have to sand the bottoms and smooth them off, and then get everything all packed up for this show I have tomorrow. So I'm going to get to it. So let's go. Okay, the first piece I have is a textured tray. And this is Sharon Hoppy's hummingbird rolling pin. It's actually one of my favorites, because you have hibiscus flowers and hummingbirds. So what I did was I used some colors for earth, concentrates. They're color concentrates, and I just painted the hummingbird, and then I did a full dip in Jess Chun Blue, which is available from Clayscapes Pottery and whatever, but it shows the texture really, really nicely, as you can see. It isn't a celadon, but it almost behaves like one. I really like using this glaze, and I don't use it enough on its own, and I think I'm going to change that, because this is just a real winner, and I hope you like it. Okay. I made some large salad bowls, and these are the little side servers that go with them. So here I have 3 out of the 4. What I did was I did a full dip into Opulence Sea Spray, which you know is one of my go-to favorites. And then on the rim, probably about not even an inch, I did 2 coats of Amaco's Indigo Float. And they married very well together, and I really like the run on the outside. It graduates from light down to dark. So the flow is really the bottom inch is how much this flowed. And I'm really happy that it didn't flow over to the bottom. And there's my signature. I sign every piece that I make. And that's it. So there's one, and like I said, there's a nice consistency. I did a little bit of a trimming, a couple of lines in there, but between the sea spray and the indigo float, it kind of filled it in. It's there, but you barely notice it. But it's kind of nice. Anyway, that's that, and that's my top row. Oh, here's my here are my witness cones. I always put them at the top of the kiln. I fire to 2167, which is a cone 5, and then I add 13 minutes of hold time, and that takes me to almost 6. Now, if this cone had have touched the base, then it would have been a full cone 6. So I would say this is a little more than 5.5, but not quite a 6. So I'm really happy. That's what I'm aiming for. Witness cones verified that my kiln has reached the temperature that I desire. And if you don't use witness cones, you have to. Well, you don't have to, you can do whatever you want. But I highly recommend that you use them because it really does give the true indication of the temperature to which your kiln reaches and holds and melts the glaze, not the clay. Hopefully it doesn't melt the clay. Melts your glaze. So there you go. So this is exactly what I was going for and exactly what I got. So I'm really happy. That's a win for me. Okay, sorry. Okay. Last thing I need you doing is looking at my behind. Anyway, during Clayshare Con, which is Jessica Putnam Phillips, owner and chief engineer, well, not chief engineer, but boss lady of Clayshare. Anyway, they have in February, they have a 4-day clay conference that's available online to anybody. And they always have these draws, and I've been watching it for years and years and years. And the one time I didn't watch it was the one time that I actually won something, and I won a fish rolling pin. So this is my fish rolling pin. And what I did was I used Colors for Earth cerulean, and I did a light wash. I watered it down, and I did a light wash over the tray, and I textured it. And then I thought, what color am I going to do this? And I thought, you know what? Let me do it all in white. This is in snow, I believe. Yes, it is in snow, and which is Amaco. I have a dipping pail of snow. And so they all turned out pretty much the same, and I thought it would kind of look really neat the way I had wiped it back. I didn't wipe it back completely. I left some shading, as you can see in the line here, or down in the creases. And these are just GR pottery forms that I have, and so I was thinking of actually taking one of the fish and doing multicolors with the Colors for Earth, but then I just ended up leaving it all the same. So that's the 4th one. So I have 4 of these dishes, and thank you very much, Jessica and Kevin, for my rolling pin. I absolutely love it, and it's a little mini roller, and it's just great, and I look forward to doing more stuff with that. So there you go. And these are some trays that I have made, and they go with the little something that I have in at the bottom of the kiln. So I will hold off well, I can show you the trays, you just don't know what they're for. So this is Opulence French Blue. It is a very reliable, it is a very stable glaze. And I love working with it. It is a satin matte finish, and this is their marshmallow, and so it's equally as nice. It's also a satin matte. So, and it's very stable as well. So I'm really happy to be using those 2 glazes in this firing. But let me get on to the next layer. Okay, so I have a bunch of these. I call them my Dimple tumblers. So they're really, really nice because your little finger fits nicely under the bottom, and then the dimples are here to rest your finger and your thumb on this side. And there's 4 dimples just because I like everything evened out. So that's really nice, and it'll probably hold about 16 ounces. It's Opulence Ultra White on the inside. I believe this one, hold on, let me double check. Where are my, in my notes, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. Goblets, cobalt. Okay, it's Ultra White, sorry, Opulence Ultra White on the inside, and they're turquoise on the outside, and I have 4 of these. And turquoise is a lovely glaze to work with. It shows texture, but it's also very reliable. And this is the second one. So I have a little bit of, you can see a little bit of throwing rings, trimming rings right here, which I didn't smooth out completely, but you can see how the turquoise actually will show up on texture if you're interested in using this turquoise. But it's a really nice glaze, and I use it quite a bit because it's very tropical, and I live in the tropics. Okay, so I have another one. As I said, I made them in a set of 4, and I'll sell them together as a set of 4 mugs. And this is just, I have some individual mugs because people are always asking me, do you have just one mug? And I'm tired of breaking up sets. So this time I've done some individual mugs, and this again is ultra white on the inside and turquoise on the out. Nice little mug. Okay, and this is the other set of mugs that I did. And this is with Amaco Snow, and I believe it's Coyote, their Cobalt. I can't remember. I've had this glaze for 10 years, and I didn't take as good notes because that was when I was beginning with my own kiln and doing my own firings and stuff. But they turned out really, really, really nicely. And like I said, white on the inside and cobalt blue on the outside. So they even go nice with the turquoise. Okay, and oops, I have a oops. So there's another cobalt, and I have a bit of an oops here, and I don't have time for a refire. So I kind of feel bad about that one. So maybe the turquoise ones, I'll just sell them individually, because I don't think that that's of any good quality to be able to put out and say I'd be proud of something that I made, because I'm not. And I could refire it. I don't have time. My show is tomorrow. So I'll take it, and maybe the person who buys it, if there's somebody local, then I'll just make another one of these and give it to them in replacement, which is also something that I would do. So, oops. Okay, so I have, because Father's Day is next weekend, I made some Father's Day stuff. So this is what you call a glasses holder. I did it in eggshell. I did a full dip in Opulence eggshell, and then I did a coat, 2 coats of, again, indigo float, and I only went to the top inch, so all of this bottom inch and a bit is all run, and I really like it. And so how does it work? Let me show you. You just rest your glasses on top of it. The nose is a rest for your glasses, and then you can use the inside and put pencils. It could be a nice office gizmo. It can hold anything you want to put in a little holder, for lack of a better word. But I think it's really cute. That's how it works on the side, and a little bit of drip down the side of the nose, but I don't mind that either. And then of course Dad. So I'm going to put out a little section of one of my tables that have Father's Day gifts. So hopefully they'll sell. So this is just another individual mug that I made, and it is Colors for Earth Cranberry. I just did dots, did some down the handle, and then I dipped it in, let me tell you, dip it in a round mug snow. I dipped this in snow, and there was 0 run with the Colors for Earth. And I put a pretty healthy dollop, and I thought it was going to leave a bit of a bump, but it didn't. It completely absorbed into the bisque-fired clay and or body, I guess. And I really like that. I hope it doesn't sell, and I'll keep it for myself. But that turned out really nicely. That could be one of my favorites of the the kiln opening, because I know what else is in there. Okay. Oh, starting to get hot. Okay, this is another eyeglass holder. Again, show you how it works. And it started out, I'll tell you how big it is. And this seems to work quite well now. My glasses fit nicely on it. So it's about 4.5 by about 4, by maybe 4.25, and that's a really good size. And then you have the inside for them to hold it. And this is done with Opulence antique iron. And I love the way it breaks over the rim and gives you this brown. Let me see if I can take out some of the glare. But anyway, you can see how it's brown on the top, and that's just naturally how the glaze breaks over the edges, and a little bit even over the nose. So that's a win. Hold on. Okay. So here's another dad mug. The glaze kind of filled in the dad a little bit, but it still says dad, and you can still make it out that's dad. So what did I do with this one? Opulence Glazes. Opulence, I bottom dipped it up to here in sea spray, and then I poured Opulence eggshell on the inside and then turned it upside down and dipped the rim. And then when all of that dried, I did a very thin layer, maybe half an inch of indigo float. I just love the way indigo float breaks over sea spray. So it's Amaco and Opulence Glazes working very well together. But I think that one's going to sell pretty quickly. It's a really, really nice mug. And this one is done in the French blue, Opulence French blue, and ultra white on the inside. Unfortunately, it's got it's misshaped, and you don't, it's hard to notice, but it is noticeable to me, and I will probably sell this as a second. Yeah, I don't normally do that, but I think this time I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a second section, and where I sell my stuff probably for half price. So that's that one. Again, dad. So happy Father's Day to any fathers that are watching this video. Okay, and this is, okay, it is turquoise, ultra white and turquoise. Again, nice combination for the Caribbean. I didn't dip it in as long. You can see that it's not quite as dark as that one because I just didn't hold it in the glaze long enough. Remember, for those of you that know that I'm a dipper and I don't use very much brushed on glazes. And there's dad, and that's used colors for earth. I have the Dela Design gifts. I have their stamp, and I stamped in dad, and then I filled it in with colors for earth, concentrate color, and made dad, and there you go. And so now there's another mug for dad. And I have this one off again, ultra white on the inside. This is a ripple mug. Feels really nice. The handle, it's a 4-finger handle, but it also is really nice to hold it this way with your fingers in the ripples. So that's Cobalt and ultra white by Opulence. The Cobalt is not Opulence, it's Coyote. I believe it's Coyote. So there you go. Very nice. I hate turning my back to you, but it's unavoidable with the kiln where it is. Okay. All right, I have a little bit of splatter in here. Okay, this is a Refired. I didn't do a kiln unloading with this particular piece, but this is done in Opulence Odyssey, Blue Odyssey, and eggshell on the inside and on the outside, and then I had a little bit of crawling. So I took a little bit of the Blue Odyssey and I just did another, on the glazed piece, I still did a band of Odyssey, Blue Odyssey, And it filled in the crawling, and now I can sell this piece as a normal piece. And it's a refire. And I have a few refires in here, so let me go through them. Okay, this one did what I thought it was going to do. So there's some crawling. And I did I put another band of the Opulence antique iron, and it didn't fix the problem. And I got more run. So I'll just take my Dremel and grind that off and just sell it as a second, because it's not up to my standard. And here are a couple of more refires. This one, again in antique iron. I got some run, so we'll be back on with the Dremel. I got a little bit of a chunk that came off. I have advancer shelves, so they come off very easily. I don't have to worry about my pieces sticking to them, but this is antique iron and eggshell by Opulence Glazes. There's the inside, and I'll just fix all that up. This was a refire, and this was a refire, and the refire went okay, so I'm happy with that one. Got a little bit more run here with the ultra white, so that's kind of nice. Okay, and here's salad bowl, one of the salad bowls that I did, and this is the smaller one of the two that I did. I poured eggshell on the inside, and then I poured it out. I dipped the outside, took my hands like that, dipped the outside into the sea spray, and then I went back and I dipped the rim in eggshell, so I would get a little bit of nice blending of the eggshell and the sea spray, and it came out really nice. So I'm really happy with that. And this is, although these are not for this one, but this is the set. So I have two of the smaller bowls that go with this one, and then there's another larger bowl that goes with the four. So here are the two little side bowls. So it would be nice for if you're just a couple. And again, with eggshell and sea spray, combination of both. Okay, and this is the fourth of the first ones that I showed you of the salad bowls. It can be any kind of a bowl. You can use it for anything. Why I make them is not why people buy them. This is another nose holder, but I did a short one because I didn't have enough clay in the first one that I made, so I just made a short one. And rather than put a nose on it, I just put this little upside down U, and now it holds the glasses really nicely. So it's not a dad thing, it can be a mom thing, it can be anybody's thing. That works out pretty well. Okay. So you saw on that planter, there's the remnants of it on this, but again, I have advancer shells and I have their scraper, so that will come off easy, 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 and I don't have to sweat it for the next time I use this shelf. Okay. This is the big one. I do have some dripping here, so I'm gonna have to get in with my Dremel. Sorry, I'm really hot. I just need a second. And let me just show you this bowl. Again, sea spray and indigo float, 1.5 inches maybe on the rim. And I love the way it floated down. So this is the large, and these are the little small individual servings. And this is it on the inside. Okay. Oh. This is the last of my nose holders, same, Opulence Sea Spray and Indigo Float. And oh boy, guys, I need a break for a second. Can you just give me a second?